right, today guys, we are going to be looking at simple interest. And simple interest, first off, interest is just the extra money that you can either earn or pay on an amount of money. Basically, if you borrow money from a bank, you take out a loan, and then you have to pay them that money back. If you borrow $100, you have to pay them that 100 back, but they're also going to charge you interest for letting you use their money. So that extra money you have to pay them back is the extra interest that you owe them. Same thing, if you put money in a bank account, sometimes you'll earn interest on it for letting that money sit there and the bank getting to use it while you are not using it. All right, so then there is a formula for this. It's interest equals principal times rate times time. The I stands for interest. And again, this is just that extra money that we talked about up here. P stands for principal. And principal spelled like the principal of a school. And what it means is it's just the starting amount that you have. For example, if you borrow $2,000, your principal is the $2,000. If you open up a bank account and put $50 in, your principal is the $50. For rate, we have a number that's always given as a percent. Given as a percent. However, you can't use this when you use the formula. So you have to turn that number into either a decimal number or a fraction. In this case, we're going to keep it as a decimal. And the shortcut here is that you're going to move the decimal point 2 places to the left and then use that number as your rate. And then the last one, T, stands for time. How long or how many times they're checking to collect their interest. So if we look at our first problem, so you invest $500 at 1.2% annually. What will be the balance in 5 years? And so we're going to start with our formula. Interest equals principal times rate times time. And we'll put the numbers in that we know. So principal, we put 500 in. That's our starting amount. Our rate, it's the percent, 1.2%, but we have to change it by moving the decimal point back 2 places and throw in a 0 if there are any empty spots. So that's going to give us 0.012. And then in this case, the time is 5 years, and we're checking annually, so we end up checking 5 different times. And there it is. So calculator time, woohoo! We multiply all that out, and we end up with $30. So our interest in this case is $30 that we'll have to, or that we will actually get from the bank because we're investing money. But the question was, what will the balance be in 5 years? So balance, what that is, it's if you take the interest that you have to pay plus the original amount, the principal, the balance is the total of those two things. So in this case, we're going to earn an extra $30 plus we had $500 in there to start with. So at the end of 5 years, we will have $530 in our bank account. Next one, you invest $15,000 at 7.4% annually. What will be the balance in 20 years? Start out the same. Let's use our formula. Interest equals principal times rate times time. And again, we just substitute the numbers in that we know. Principal, the starting amount, that's our $15,000. And then our rate is 7.4%. Again, I have to move the decimal point back 2 places, put zeros in any empty spots. So we get 0.074. And then the last part is we're checking annually for 20 years. That means they're going to collect interest or check on the interest 20 different times. So times 20. Calculator again gives us $22,200. Is our interest. Woohoo! Look at that. We put only $15,000 in, but at this percent and that many years, we made an additional $22,200. That's pretty good. The question here does ask, what is the balance? So again, we're going to add up the interest that we made. So we made an extra $22,200, plus we started with the $15,000. Which means at the end of that time, we will have $37,200. This is why we use pencil. Okay. And there it is. And we've got one last one. If you want to pause the video for a moment, see if you can figure it out, and then come back. Otherwise, it is, you take a loan of $2,000 at 5% per month. How much will you owe in 6 months? Start out the same. Interest equals principal times rate times time. And we substitute in what we know. We know the principal, the starting amount is our $2,000. We know our rate is 5%, so we move the decimal point back 2 places. And that gives us 0.05. And then they're checking it per month for 6 months. That means they're going to check for the interest 6 different times, so our time is 6. And just going back to the 5%, remember, if you have a number without a decimal point in it, it's kind of like money. If this was $5, the decimal point would be here. So then when you move it back 2 places, that's where you get the 0.05. Yes, once again, calculator time. We multiply it all out. We end up with $600. And they asked again, how much will you owe? They didn't ask for balance, but it's the same thing. We borrowed $2,000, plus we have to pay them an extra $600 for letting them, or for letting you use their money. So in this case, if we want to figure out how much we'll actually owe, we will owe them back the $2,000 we borrowed plus $600 more in interest, meaning we owe them $2,600 at the end of the loan. All right. Hope you get this one. Work hard. Miss you guys. Goodbye.